holler at you. The name's Zeke, and I've got one of them YouTubes. So today we're gonna do some clever man sciencey stuff in the Kerbal space programs. And it's a pretty good game. You gotta make your own rickety rocket ship, get it into space, and then land on some stuff that ain't even in America. So I'm gonna land a tin can on the moon and all the other crap that's whizzing around the sun. To help keep me right, I done made myself a checklist of stuff I want to put a flag on in order of difficulty. Now, I'm not very good at interplanetary Newtonian astrophysical orbital maneuvering, but that don't matter none. This ain't even how I really talk. Whatever, boy. Let's just get on with the checklist. Oh, hello again, you sexy devil. How are you doing? Hope you're keeping well. It's a beautiful day outside here in England. Wonder what it's like where you are. No, we do not have time for the niceties this morning. We have got so much to do. If you remember last time, this was the vessel that got us all the way to our first objective. Got to the North Pole with this thing, the Kearthly Variance Mark 1. And I think it worked out pretty well, I'm sure you'll agree. But it's not going to have enough juice to get us to orbit and beyond. So I'm going to have to kit it out a little bit more. Pimp my rockets! And when you first start out a new game of Kerbal Space Program, it's very much a case of trial and error. Just keep on strapping rockets onto your craft until something happens. And tweak it from there. But once we've figured this out, and I've got a few ideas, once we've got something that can get us into orbit, we can carry on just modifying it to complete the various objectives that we've got. And today, we're going to be hitting the Minmus, officially the Minmus, Minmus, which is a tiny moon orbiting really far out, and the moon, all in one hit. Don't know how well that's going to work out. Probably going to take us a few attempts, but let me play around here, and I'll bring you back in once I've got something space-worthy. Right, I think we're done. Let's zoom out here and take a look at this majestic penis extension. Right, tidy that out the way. Clean up my house. Let's walk you through what I'm aiming to do here. So we've got the solid rocket boosters on the outside. They'll burn out first. Just give us a little bit of a kick on launch. And I've actually got the orange fuel tanks feeding into these side ones. Usually you do it the other way around so that they burn out sooner and then you can shed them. But I don't think the main engine alone can carry everything. So I want to keep the side engines burning as long as possible. That's the second stage. That will get us through the upper atmosphere, in theory. And this is where it gets a little bit complicated. We can detach this lander once we're in orbit, which has its own 3 little tanks round the outside. Round the outside, round the outside, 3 little tanks round the outside. Eminem. Anyway, this is powerful enough to get us to the moon and hopefully land as well, but we've got separate RCS tanks which have got low thrust, and that can help us adjust our orbit and stuff. The tanks also have parachutes in case we've got enough power to come back to our own atmosphere. And we've got this! One lucky Kerbanaut will leave the craft once we're in orbit, sit on top of it, detach, and fly that tiny little fuel tank all the way to Minmus. So let's name this thing. In the spirit of taking the first 2 words I see from my other monitor, we've got... Failure Caller. The Failure Caller Mark 1. This might be apt, we shall see. More than a little nervous, but very, very excited. Hopefully my guys can get into orbit, go their separate ways towards the Mun and Minmus, and prevail. I'll see you out on the launch pad.
Sound suppression water system now being armed for release. Confirmation we have 3 main engines ready for ignition.
Oh my god, here we are. It's nearly night time out here on the launch pad, but conditions look optimal. Everyone looks happy. I think we should fly this one from inside the cockpit. And look, our shadow! The shadow of the rocket's looking like an Eiffel Tower. Let's just say it looks like the Eiffel Tower. Keep it clean. Right, guidance systems are on. Everything operational, thrust up. So many things could go wrong, but man, I feel so right. Let's do this, guys. Get ready for liftoff. And we're off! Oh my god, we're going up. Everything's... Oh, look at this! We are traveling at a great speed. This is fantastic. I'm just going to lower the thrust a little bit because I'm worried about the overheating of the main engine. But even at half throttle, we are still going up at a nice pace. Oh, I can see the failed aircraft mission over there by the island. Sailing past that. Fuel drainage looks about as expected. We'll be ditching... we'll be ditching those solid rocket boosters soon. My hands are a little sweaty. Oh, that wobble is not good. We've got a lot of wobble between the first stage and second stage. There goes the solid rocket boosters. Yeah, that wobble is a bit sketchy. But we are going straight up. We're not getting any list to either side. So all the guidance systems are working fine. Good one, guys. Yeah, we're looking okay. Approaching 5,000 meters. Now at some point, probably once we're well into the second stage, we'll begin our gravity turn. Start leaning over to the 90-degree mark. That'll put us on a trajectory for orbit and ready to translate to the moon once we've achieved said orbit. Alright, the main tank, the orange stack you see in the middle there, that's nearly finished. So we'll be relying on just the outside engines. But we're still going at a good speed. Okay, that's dead. Full throttle. No danger of overheating now. Oh, and we can see the moon there! Let's shoot for it. Slowing down dramatically now we've lost the mainsail rocket engine there. Hopefully that'll stabilise and we'll carry on going upwards, if at a little slower speed. Oh dear. Okay, slowing down 10 meters per second. 5, 3... we're now going down at 10 meters per second. Balls, this is not good. Quickly, decision. Right, shut those off. I'm just going to ditch everything below and fire... Ooh, God! Jesus. Right, hopefully with that weight gone we can pick up the pace again, but it looks like we're going straight down. Yeah, our rate of descent is speeding up rather than slowing down. Damn, it looks like we weren't high enough into the atmosphere for this second stage to carry us. I'm going to turn that off and detach the lander. Let's get these parachutes out so that they can do their job. I'm not classing that as a failed mission because these guys are going to survive. And even, you know, it's like Apollo 13. That was one of NASA's most successful failures. One of the most successful missions they ever had, despite the fact they didn't hit mission objective, just because all of the dangers were mitigated and everyone returned safe and sound. It's using a bit of RCS thrust to try and slow us down. We're still going very, very fast. Hopefully the parachutes will open up in a minute. Oh dear God. Oh God! Oh God! Scratch what I was saying. These guys are toast. Oh God! Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh. Nothing has survived. Oh wait. Well, at least the seat survived. Brilliant. Extra rocket engines to try and get us beyond the sticking point we experienced the first time round. And that was a good takeoff, although we're going slightly slower than I would have liked. I think I might have knocked the fuel to weight ratio. Holy fun cups! Jesus! Parachute, 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 parachute! Oh my God. Oh, hello. It's the moon. Nighttime, which adds a little extra difficulty to the proceedings, but we're okay. Let's try... Oh, we're not okay. Nope, this is going down. Oh, God. Oh, the humanity. And they're all dead. And all the pieces are sidling away. Do-do-do-do-do. That was nothing to do with us. Ah! Brace for impact! Oh, and they made it! Okay. That was a close call. Hi guys, just radioing to let you know we're back.
This booster was not a Mercury vehicle, but imagine the worst possible situation for the astronaut.
So, we're in space, guys, but we're not out of the woods yet. The Astro Woods. The Astro Turf, if you will. Or even if you won't. Anyway, as you know, the plan was to get this lander into orbit. The lander itself will continue onto the moon with 2 guys in it. And there's a little powered seat that the third guy was going to get out and pilot all the way to Minmus. Now the problem was, I moved that little seat, as you can see, to the side tank. I did that to make way for a top parachute, but in doing so I imbalanced the entire rocket. It keeled over halfway up, and we lost most of the fuel just trying to get ourselves to this point. But all is not lost! As you can see, I've got this little guy. He is bravely out on EVA, trying to get into the little Minmus command seat. He's going to get into this, detach, and complete his part of the objective. The other guys in the main lander, they still got parachutes. They can go back to Kerbal and think about what they've done. No, it wasn't their fault. It was my shoddy design. God, this is very hard to do while talking. Come on, get in there. Just get in the seat. What's wrong with you, man? Why aren't I getting the option to grab hold of it? Oh, there we go. Now this thing has only got very low thrust, but I think now that we're out of gravity, we should be okay. Let's detach. Whoosh! Like a greased ferret up a drain pipe. Oh god! This is very difficult to control. Oh, the tiniest touch and I'm kind of spinning out. And that is because, oh you idiot, you forgot to put computer guidance on it. I can't lock into one trajectory, so I'm going to have to manually try and keep this on course for a stable orbit. This is going to be difficult. Okay, that didn't work, but we're back in space with enough fuel in the lander this time to put us in a stable orbit. Now, I won't tell you the fate of the last 3 Kerbonauts because it'll upset you. But these guys are doing fine. Let me just get this into a stable orbit and then we can plan for our trajectory burns to the Mun and Minmus. Okay, so we're in a stable orbit, and I get the feeling we're about to see the sunrise. Beautiful. And there's the moon behind us. Now, if we were to carry on along our current trajectory, we would never fall back to the planet. We just keep going round and round and round. But obviously, that is not what we want to do. We want to get some more things ticked off the checklist. And to do that, we need to figure out at which point along our orbit we need to start burning in order to get thrown into a path to intercept the Mun and Minmus respectively. Let's check out my scientific equipment. 0G, of course. Travelling at 4 meters per second squared. And the temperature is minus 200. Nice! If I'd had the forethought, I would have hung a 6-pack of beer outside the cabin crew hatch. Anyway, let's get one of these schmucks out here to pilot the Minmus seat. Ideally, I want whoever is sitting on the back seat to evacuate. That will be you, Gilorf. You have got the honour of flying what might be the most ridiculous idea in the history of spaceflight. It's just occurred to me how optimistic this is. Getting this rudimentary and tiny little rocket engine with one guy sitting above it to a celestial body 1,000,000 miles away from the home planet. But, you know, Godspeed to you. Any reason why I can't send you on your merry way now? Nope. Let's go for it. Hey, and he's off. Oh, and I'll point out that this thing now has an SAS module, so it'll hold its course rather than flailing around like a bag of angry cats. It's also got some extra fuel, but I don't need this thing to land on Minmus. The gravity of Minmus is so low that I'm just hoping to get within its orbit, and Gilorf's own suit, with its own RCS thrusters, will be enough to take him down safely to the surface. Fingers crossed. Now, I'm going to rename this, and I will designate it. It's not a rover. It's not a probe either. Lander, I guess. Even if it's never intended to land. Let's call this the Minmus. The Minmus Carrier. 10 points to Gryffindor for originality. Nice one. No. Better idea. I'm going to call this the Gilorf Karen Carrier. Don't know if I spelled Karen right, but Karen being, in Greek mythology, the guy who carries souls across the river Styx to Hades. Figured that was quite fitting. And all that's left now is to figure out when to start thrusting. Shut up, Beavis. When to start thrusting in order to get to that purple moon way out yonder. It'll take a while to figure out where we need to do that in order to intercept. But I am going to fiddle with this thing in my own time. What the hell is wrong with me today? Anyway, thank you so much for watching. As always, it's always a pleasure. Do join me next time. I hope you will. It is going to be a hairy one, as Gilorf almost literally tries to land by the seat of his pants. Little bit of housekeeping. Do subscribe if you don't want to miss that and future episodes. Give us a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it. And check out the links below if you want to hang out with me or to support this channel. I think that's about it. Thank you so much as always. I've been Zeke. You've been awesome. I will catch you next time.